girls, wait for me. I love to dance. Well, hello, everybody. I'm Gino, and this is my favorite show with my favorite guy. Let's welcome your host, Matt McCourt. Hey, hi, guys. Welcome to Tell Me About It. I'm Matt McCourt, and we've got today as our guests Thad Smith and Jeff WOOP Warner. You might remember him from Black and Blue, guitar player, and they got a new band called Dark Star Saints, and they're killer, and they got a new video coming out Friday, March 1st, and it'll be on YouTube, and welcome to the show, guys. So tell me about it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for having us.
My pleasure. Thanks a lot.
So what do you want to know?
Well, I want to know, you got together during COVID, right?
Yeah, actually, it was kind of a project of boredom. Everybody's stuck in their houses, couldn't go anywhere, and obviously getting together to play music was out at that point. But it started off with me just kind of messing around again in the studio, and I'd been doing some cover stuff. In fact, Whoop and I had done some cover stuff with a couple other guys in town, and just messing around and turned into this kind of original idea for something, and that I was working with a couple people around, even in the UK. And so I started just kind of working on some tunes and finished a couple, in my boredom down in the basement, studio. And I sent him to Whoop to see what he thought of the recordings, because Whoop's although he's a great guitar player, he's also a great engineer. So I sent him to him, and he's like, wow, these sound pretty good, And so it just kind of took off from there, and then we started working together on more original stuff.
It's great music. You got your son playing drums, too, Brandon Smith.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Well, you might have remembered him when, in fact, he managed an apartment building when he was just born. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
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 And I lived it.
We practiced wild dogs practice there, and that's how I got fired.
Oh, yeah.
With Dean.
Oh, yeah. Well, they also rehearsed I remember that like outbuilding I had, and they rehearsed in the outbuilding. I don't know if you were with them then at that point, but yeah, that was pretty crazy.
No, that was when they decided my songs were too heavy for wild dogs and wanted a singer.
I like that.
I had a whole demo. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I've heard that one before, so yeah.
Yeah, some of the Black and Blue stuff later on is pretty light and poppy.
Yeah.
Not like the first album. That first bunch was a great bunch of songs. You recorded, Black and Blue recorded in the studio at Recording Associates when we were in Studio B. Yeah, I remember going there.
Right. Yeah, that was actually before me. That was with another guitarist named V. Ripper.
Oh, Barry. Yeah.
Yeah, Barry. And I was actually living in Los Angeles at the time, and they were looking for a new guitar player, and I knew the guys from all their previous bands, Jet and Hell and
The Force.
The Force and Loved by Millions and all that stuff. And I actually roadied for them when they'd come to LA. And anyways, then they sent me a demo tape and asked me to try to get them gigs in Hollywood and stuff. And as I was doing that, I was like, man, this is great. And they're saying, well, we're looking for a new guy. And I'll never forget, Jamie was like, I don't know about this Whoop guy. He's a little nutty, and I don't know if he can play well enough, and But Tom Thayer basically said, no, this guy, I can get him up to snuff for the band. And so that's when I moved to Portland and joined. moved back to Portland because I'm from Portland. But that's kind of the story there. Yeah.
Yeah, I was too heavy and weird for. I tried to take Danny Kerr's place in Hell.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But I'm just too heavy and too loud for anybody. But speaking of too loud, Jamie was our drummer in Wild Dogs when I met Dean, and you guys had moved to LA by the time.
Yeah.
And so I said, come over, and me and Jay Reynolds found Dean playing at Eli's, and we got to be friends, and we did the first Malice demos with Dean on drums. And
oh, really? I didn't know.
Yeah, that's how they got on a Metal Blade, because Mick Zane, the guitar player, they came to my first album release party, and James is kind of crazy. One beer James. He drank one KB lager. It was at the release party. There's all these jazz guys and guys from Arista, and it was 1980, the Ravers. I was a teenage rock and roller LP. And James went out in the backyard, came back in 20 minutes later, stark naked and covered in this brown stuff and smelling like shit. And I said, my best Keith Moon, oh, dear boy, what you have to tell me what that new organic, that seems so natural. What is that? And he said, I took a shit and rolled in it.
Oh, my God.
We're in the kitchen. The Tower of Power horn section's there. Kenny G's there. The guy that retired as the vice president of Universal was the head of the indie label I was on. And he looks around. He's still stark naked. It's February. It's freezing out. And he takes off and runs out the door. He's at a house up by Mountain Park. And he's running towards I-5. Paul Kearney said, I better go get him. Couldn't get the smell out of his car for years. He had to sell the car. But, yeah, Dean came over.
Oh, my God.
Dean came over to audition later on and said, can I come and jam with you? I go, sure. Because both our drummers were, Pete Holmes and Jamie. Yeah. They all left. And so Dean came over. He laid waste to Jamie's Ludwig pristine drum set, broke the kick pedal in half, broke the kick head, totally destroyed the snare, broke 3 heads, cracked 2 cymbals, broke all of his sticks, and said, man, I gotta go. Sorry. And the other guy said he plays too loud, he overplays, he's too young, and he jokes around too much. I said, sounds perfect to me.
Yeah. I remember the first time I think I met you. Do you remember when I met you first time?
Was it at that club that down in Hillsdale?
No, it was at Story Night.
Oh.
Yeah, when we Cutter opened for Wild Dogs, or was one of the bands before Wild Dog, and I can't remember exactly when that was, but it was a long time ago. And I remember being backstage with you, and you had your spiked cod piece and other things on, and I'm like, this guy, he kind of scares me a little bit. I don't know what the story is with him. He could go berserk at any point.
I had to protect myself, everybody, all those guys reaching for my cock.
Right.
Well, it was a big attraction back then,
Matt, we all had a nickname for you. It was Scary Matt.
Yeah.
Scary Matt.
I think it became Scary Man after a while, because even Pete Holmes, every time he sees me, he's scary.
Man.
Hey, Scary Man.
You're right. It did turn into Scary Man. Yeah.
Well, going back in time, I met Tommy Thayer when I was in a band when I went to Jesuit with Chris Craig and Dave Lindsay, and we played at Meadow Park Junior High, and he was there ogling my Les Paul copycat. Now they got Les Pauls named after him.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So
I think I've told Whoop this story, but when I must have been 16 maybe, because I drive. I went to visit a girlfriend that I was seeing in Beaverton, and she goes, hey, do you want to summertime? She goes, hey, there's a band that I know down the street that they live near me. Want to go check them out? They're playing in their rehearsal space. And I'm like, okay. So we walk down there, and it's in some house over by like Cedar Hills Boulevard somewhere.
Yeah.
And, we go down there, and in their pool house, there's this band, and it's got black. I can still see it in my mind. I don't know why. Black and white tile floors, and it was it was the precursor to Black and Blue. Was it Loved by Millions then?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. Yeah.
And Jamie was the drummer.
Yeah, or Movie Star.
Yeah, might have been Movie Star. Yeah, but I remember, and we watched a couple songs, and I mean, hi, how you doing? We laughed, but years later, obviously, I remembered that, knowing them, after Pat, Whoop, and everything, playing in bands with Pat, and like, wait a minute, that was you guys, and it was small incestuous world. It's kind of scary, actually.
It really shows you how small town Portland is. Hopefully, you guys are going to get out of here, and I think the music, it's the best stuff I've seen come out of Portland forever. You guys.
Oh, boy. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate that.
You got one song called Animal Bones, and then Devil's Land, the Animal Bones. You produced the video, right? You're a filmmaker and have an ad agency, right?
Yeah. I've been doing that for a long time. Yeah. In fact, that's just kind of ending, so I got a lot more time to do music now. But yeah, so, and then also, we're going back into the studio in March, coming up here to do a couple new songs. One of them's called American Gods that Whoop's written, and it's a killer song. Really excited to do a video to that too. We got some really crazy ideas for it.
Yeah.
Or I should say, Whoop has some crazy ideas for it. I just have to figure out how to make it work.
Yeah.
Crazy is as crazy does. I remember you playing a Firebird, and I never saw anybody except Johnny Winter play a Firebird, and I think they're cool looking guitars.
Yeah, I did. I played a Firebird for years, all the way through Black and Blue. When I stopped playing it was when I thought when Jackson guitars were really hitting the streets, and I thought I'll have Jackson make me a custom Firebird, and it just came out so lame. They charged me a fortune for it, and it just I don't know, it's something about it, and I thought I'm gonna switch guitar. I played a Hamer Explorer too, also for quite a while, but yeah, the Firebird was my guitar for quite a few years. Yeah.
And that was the V, right?
Now it's the V and the Les Paul. I mean, those are my guitars. The Les Paul's a new one for me. I just never really played too many Les Pauls in my day, but Thad kind of encouraged me to do so, and so I found one. It's actually an Epiphone, kind of like the Tom Thayer ones, but it's a black one. It's not a Tommy Thayer signature, which I refuse to play that. That just seems too weird. But I really like it. I really like the guitar, and so it's my main recording guitar at this point. And of course, my old trusty Flying V, which is right back here, if you can see it. But
oh yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys are producing yourself, right? And that's I found that to be the best way to go, because you don't have somebody in the if as long as you can have somebody that tells you, hey, I think you can do it better, then you don't get their outside influencing, like, well, girls in Tulsa will like the song if you do it this way. And and integrity is really the thing that sells.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as producers go, I mean, I consider myself a producer engineer. I did it for many years. I had a recording studio in Vancouver. It used to be Ripcord, if you remember Ripcord.
Was that Tom Robbins's place?
I think maybe at one point it was, but it was Ripcord. Back in the day, that's where a lot of demos were done there too. But I owned it. It was called Apache Studios. But I did a lot. Found that it was a really love of mine of producing and engineering other bands. I really enjoyed it a lot, because you kind of become the fifth member of the band for just a while, and then you move on. But I would say, I mean, having an outside producer, if they're worthy of it, is great. But I don't, quite honestly, and no offense to anybody out there, I don't know another producer or engineer in Portland right now that I'd go, oh yeah, I got to record with that guy. The cream of the crop are still, in LA and in Europe and so forth. So, but yeah, I enjoy doing it. So it's going to be a blast when we get in there and record some of these originals. I'm really looking forward to that. That's our next big step is the recording studio. So
that's Did Black and Blue ever play in Europe? I tried to get them booked. I've been there a few times, 2008, 2009, and help people get booked to festivals since about 2000.
Yeah, we never toured Europe. We played a show in London with Whitesnake, opening for Whitesnake, and that was while we were in Germany recording our first record with Dieter Dierks. We just hopped a plane and went over and played a show with Whitesnake, who was a Geffen act, and so were we. And we played a show in, I remember right, we played a show in Paris with Scorpions. other than that, not the original band, at least. I think the version of Black and Blue now played one show in London, but we never toured Europe. I don't know if it was really our market. They like such hardcore stuff there. It just never was our market to play. Japan was. Japan was. They were all over us in Japan. We were really big at one time in Japan.
I remember Pat.
Yeah.
Because Pat played in 10 Pound Rain with me.
Yeah.
And he was telling me about the he got us playing. There were Pat dolls from Black and Blue.
Yeah.
Ginger dolls.
Yeah. Yeah, the fans would make them. They'd make these dolls of us, and they were really cool too, and
Crazy.
Yeah, the fans over there were nutty, very, very generous too.
I was on CBS Sony in Japan for Dr. Mastermind, and Kurt James went over there and toured with the band and played all my music. I've never been there. And Dean's over there now in Japan with Journey, or about to go to.
Right.
Yeah. But Germany in Europe was always my big market. In Portland, we played, I had a 3-piece with Robert Robinson on guitar and Troy Sutton on drums.
Oh, yeah.
You get to the end of the night, they go, well, I got $8 for you. I go, can you make it 9? Can you make it 9? Because I can't divide 3 into 8.
I like Robert's new thing, too. That's cool.
Yeah. In Germany, in the magazines, they're saying he's like the new guitar god.
Really?
Yeah, he had so many songs. I said, dude, I'm tired of trying to redo this and make it like the real band. It's you should do your own music because that's what you really want to do. And so he's got his own band called RAR.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, they. In fact, he talked to us about doing a show with him. He's like, man, we got to do the show together. I'm like, okay, maybe this summer we'll do something.
Except the places around here, it's just like, a bunch of beer signs on the stage. It's not like the old days.
No, it's an odd market for rock, definitely. I mean, it's like Whoop and I were just talking about that. We go to the Dead Daisies, because I love the Daisies, and there's a couple hundred people there,
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah, exactly. And it's, that's why a lot of acts just skip Portland, because I don't know, it's a weird market.
My friend plays drums with John Five, Alejandro Mercado, and they came last time. I said, how many people did you get? 100? And he didn't say anything. And I kept going down the numbers. I go, look, the average draw is about 20 people, and there was a show at the Moda. I think it was Judas Priest, maybe. And I said, was it a good turnout? Not really. We're not coming to Portland this time.
Yeah.
Vicious Rumors. John Gallagher, Anvil came here, and Lips called me and said, what's the deal with this place? It was a Hawthorne Theater. Right. I said, oh, it's a great theater. Well, we're not in the theater. We're playing in the lounge. There's some hip hop show playing, sold out in the big hall. Right. And so they played to like 30 people in the bar, and same with the Raven. And
yeah.
Right. Well, Anvil was kind of used to that. I mean, they're such a funny story, man. That band, I was so into Anvil, when they were first coming out. I just thought they were awesome. And, but, everybody's probably seen that movie about the story of Anvil.
And that tour they did was actually Vicious Rumors tour, and they turned it down. If you notice in the movie, the manager, has got a Vicious Rumors t-shirt on. And this gig was after the movie. They played the Wonder Ballroom, and there's a lot of people there. The next time they came through, you're in the lounge.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Not like it used to be.
No, but as you get, I don't sell any records. I got my own record company. I've got like 24 releases. I don't sell anything in this side of the Rockies. On the other side, in what I call the gravy belt, like Michigan, Indiana, Iowa, Illinois,
right?
Yeah,
and Wisconsin. Nice people, I call them, I sell them on eBay, and I get the phone number. I call them up and say, hey, thanks, and I do. Who is this? I go, it's Matt McCourt, the guy on Wild Dogs. You just bought the CD. I just want to tell you thanks. Wow. And
I gotta say that might be a little alarming if I bought a CD and then somebody called me. Hey, thanks for calling. Oh, are you stalking?
no, they just started putting the phone numbers on this year on the receipts. So when I go to print out the postage, I thought one day, hey, I'm going to call this guy up. And a really cool guy named Cash Owens in L.A., in San Diego. And I've become friends with all these people because, that's really what it's all about, is talking to people you like. That's one thing I didn't want to, die and just have everybody forget me. And that's why I went to Amsterdam with the Mentors. I was recording. I did 7 albums with the Mentors guy, with Steve Broy.
Right.
The Church of El Duce. And they were playing in Amsterdam. He said, hey, Matt, you ever been to Europe? I go, no, it was 2002. We were recording in Bryce Brand Patton's studio. And he goes, well, hey, I got freaking flying miles. The guy's he's got a PhD in electronic engineering. And he works for some big company, and he flies all over the world to install his inventions. So he said, I'm going to be on tour with Kill Alan Rents, and I'll fly you over to Amsterdam. We'll record there. I stayed at these. It was a great trip. But I went to Herman Brood's art studio. Herman Brood was a guy kind of like John Waits. Mm-hmm. And this guy came out, and I waved. I said hi, and he goes hi, and I go, that was Bono, because I always just hey, that's some famous star, and it turned out to be him. He spent the weekend in this guy's place. Mm-hmm. He says, this little deer guy came out, the manager, when we got there, and there's all this guy's artwork. He's an artist, and his art was on the wall, and I'm an art history guy. And I thought, wow, that's cool. And he said, you could see all of his work. And I thought, just like Van Gogh, if they hadn't done all that stuff, there would be no body of work. And so I thought, I'm gonna leave a big body of work and a big body, but my body's not so big anymore. I've lost 100 pounds. But
well, what they say, nobody really dies until they're forgotten. So
exactly.
Who can forget you, Matt? I mean, come on.
I'm sure there's a few people who would like to.
Oh yeah.
The scary man will live forever.
Exactly.
So, do you have any other plans besides? I mean, the good idea is to record a bunch of songs and then worry about playing live.
Exactly.
For me, that's what it is. It's because of this market. I'm sure playing live's fun, but Whoop and I are kind of focused on recording. We've got a lot of songs that are in the pipe, and getting them down and getting them done. And then we'll figure out where we want to play and if we want to play.
With your videos. The videos, like that video for Animal Bones, is awesome. And
I built that entire castle set by myself.
That girl in there is really amazing. I'm going to put that in the show.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So wait till you see the new one. I think you'll like the new one.
Let's put it in right now.
Okay.
I'll cut this and okay. Now, pretend we're coming back. See what I mean? It's a great show, great video, and this band is great. I don't get excited about bands anymore, and I got excited about Mickey D getting the gig in Scorpions because I love Mickey D. He's a nice guy. Did you ever meet him, Jeff?
I have not met him, but from everything I can tell, and people that have met him, that he's a really nice, special guy. Yeah.
I played a gig in TPR where he came over after a show at the Roseland, and it was after hours, and he played drums, and everybody was pretty wasted, and they were doing a blues thing, and I'm like, I'll go up there and sing. So just sang some blues. It was crazy, but really fun. It was really cool to have him come in and play.
I shot Motorhead twice in 1999 and 2000. And Mickey knew me as Dr. Mastermind because he used to know Dean really well. They were on Sonar. And the drum tech, Vito DeVito, his family owns Danmar Percussion. And he played with Kurt James from Dr. Mastermind. It was really a great night. I got to, Mickey said, come on. I said, can I shoot you like on stage? Yeah, but be careful. I might hit you.
Yeah, no, that was a fun night. Hung out with Lemmy on his tour bus, and that was pretty neat.
I got to play Lemmy's bass at the sound check. He liked me because I asked him about Hendrix, and I didn't say, what's your favorite new bands? We talked about, England in the 60s, which is my favorite type of music. And I asked him about his bass, and he said, go get my bass. He got it and said, here, and hands it to me. And I start playing it. And I go, what about pickups, Rickenbacker pickups always feedback. Oh, you got to change them out. Let's go plug it in. We go up to the stage. He plugs it in, does a few songs, a few strums, and then says, here, and puts it in my hands.
Wow, cool.
I wish I had it on video. So, of course, what song do I start to play? Ace of Spades. He grabbed his neck and said, anything but that song. So I played the Villa. And he goes, yeah. And the drummer knew the song. So he's, the drum tech, he's playing along.
Right on.
Look, you play pretty good, man. Well, thanks. I hate that fucking song. I have to play it every night.
Yeah, exactly. My battery's going to die here in about 5 minutes, I think.
Just like Dean.
Yeah, I know. It's man, I'm telling you, these Zoom calls and Teams calls, they eat up battery bad.
Did you watch that one with Dean?
I did, yeah.
All over the house.
Oh, my God, yeah.
He was like trying to follow a ping pong match.
Well, it's classic.
Okay, well, I guess... thank you very much for being on Tell Me About It, and I will play both videos, and I will get the new one and start playing that on my other shows. So this will be on cable access 1122 and channel 33, and also on YouTube, and the audio part's going to go to Buzzsprout, and that goes to Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple, Amazon, Google, I think like 12 different ones.
Yeah. Well, hey, thanks for having us on. I really appreciate it, Matt.
Yeah.
Thank you. And nice to see you.
Matt.
Whoop, I haven't seen you forever. And is Dark Star Saints. And thank you very much for coming out and being on my show. I appreciate that. And best of luck to you. We'll do it again.
Thanks again, Matt.
Okay.
See you.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.